Welcome again to another episode of the Biblical Resolutions Podcast, brought to you by the House of Jacob Bible Study Class, located at 2515 East 75th Street in Chicago, Illinois. And we want to remind the listeners to please follow the Biblical Resolutions Podcast by going to our podcast page, which can be found at hojbible.podbean.com. You can also follow the podcast on the House of Jacob Bible Study Class's main website, which is thehouseofjacob.org. And today we are bringing you episode number 49. And today's episode is God will fill in the blanks. God will fill in the blanks. Or let God fill in the blanks. But on today's podcast, we have the usual suspect, Brother Ahisamak. I want to thank you, brother, as always, for being on the podcast.
Yes, indeed. Praise God, brother. In Jesus' name, man. Glad to get another opportunity, brother.
Yeah. So, man, just trying to continue to put in some work for the ministry.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Try to deal with topics, man. Try to deal with, the whole thing of the podcast is to try to deal with things that, we deal with every day.
Yeah.
How do we really apply these verses that we can recite? How do we use them in real life situations?
Yes, sir.
So, that's what it's all about. And the title is Let God Fill in the Blanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it really boils down to you're not gonna have an answer for everything, every situation that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some things gonna happen, and you just gotta roll with the punches.
Yep.
The Lord is not obligated to personally tell you every little thing that's gonna happen in your life.
Yes. Yes, sir.
It don't work like that because things gonna happen.
Yeah.
And all you could do is to continue to serve him, despite the setbacks, despite things that go on, and you in a situation you don't know why, you don't know when you're gonna get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a situation like that, but at the same time, all I could do is try to stay focused on being the best servant I can be.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's it, man. And then, he gonna fill in the blanks as we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
You know what? Also, but that allows you to rely on the other stuff that he's teaching you and he's been telling you about, faith and trust and patience and tolerance and all the other things that, man, comes along with this walk.
Yeah.
God is not obligated to let you know the whole plan.
Right.
You got to operate on some other stuff.
Right.
And those other things that you have to operate with is things that you need to be a complete servant.
Right.
You got to know that he knows what is best for you. You got to know, man, whatever comes is for the good of his overall plan.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And his overall will. Those things, man, that I think, man, man, just because, you say you're a servant or you're a follower of the God, this Bible, man, it's just not for you to know everything. And some of those things, man, are just like what the title is. You're gonna fill in the blanks, man, when it's time for you to know it.
Right.
And if you don't know it, man, hey, man, God made everything that was made, bro. He ain't obligated to tell you nothing or show you nothing, or give you understanding or wisdom on anything. You
Right.
just get up every day and serve. That's what your job is.
Yep.
So
He's like the ultimate. He's like the ultimate mob boss.
you know
You
what
know
I'm
what I'm saying?
saying?
Hey man, you just go out and you do what I tell you to do, and hey, you'll know what you need to know on it's on need to know
To no
basis.
basis. Yes, and that's how he
Need
operate,
to
bro.
know basis, man. It ain't nothing, man. Sometimes you feel like because we do the bare minimum, like some kind of way God is obligated to give you every detail of what's gonna happen in your life.
Yeah,
And
truly.
then then we get bent out of shape when we you know we ain't got an answer right away.
Yes, sir.
We don't know, well, why the Lord ain't showing me why this happening. Hey
Yep.
man, sometimes he show you things, sometimes he don't, but it's
Yep.
for our own good.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Because if
sir.
you knew what was coming, you'll probably do something stupid and mess it up.
That and
You
again, bro,
know?
listen, man. That's what probably happens, man. When we
Yep.
have foreknowledge of stuff, we try to change things. We try
Yep.
to manipulate the situation. I'm gonna
Right.
play it to my favor or something like that.
Right.
That's why I see why he leave you in limbo. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? Because not only is he orchestrating things that go on in your life, but he orchestrating things that go on in the whole world. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? From he to me, Lord calling plays in from the booth, from the box up there. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And it is what it is.
Right.
And we got to understand that. So with understanding that, man, hey man, you ain't gotta know all that stuff. Hey, you gotta run your route.
Right.
Just run your route, stay in your lane, do what you need to do.
Right.
And again, man, it'll be well with you. So
Yep.
definitely, man, let him do his work and you do what you're supposed to do.
Yep. Yep. So with that, man, we want to go to Genesis 12, because to me this is one of the scriptures, man, that really is an example. Or we know the book, Abraham was the example of faith.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
the apostles talked about him with his faith, and but also operating on the type, the kind of the level of faith he had. He was operating knowing that he didn't have every last answer,
Yep.
step
Yep.
by step.
Uh-huh.
The Lord told him to do things, and he went and did them,
Yep.
not knowing, okay, what's gonna happen 5 minutes from now, what's gonna happen next week. No,
Yep.
he dealt with faith, and he he let God show him the things along the way,
Yep.
along his journey.
Yep.
So we gonna go ahead and go to this Genesis 12, and when you get there, brother, pick that up at verse 1 for me.
Now the Lord has said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them that curse thee. And I
Hmm.
shall be all families, and in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him,
Hmm.
and Lot with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran.
Now, this man was 75 years old
Yes, sir.
when this message came to him.
Mm-hmm.
75. What happened before all of that? I don't know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But obviously, it wasn't until he was 75 till the Lord said, okay, it's time. It's time to start. It's time to pull him away. Or how we like to say, it's time to cuff Abraham. I'm gonna cuff him,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna hook him up, and I'm gonna set up the, nations out of him. You know what I'm saying? Not just one nation, but multiple nations gonna come out of him.
Mm-hmm.
But this man was 75 when this happened.
Yes, sir.
75, you on the way out for the most
Yep.
part. You know what
Yep.
I mean? You on the way out, or
Yep.
you on the downturn. You ain't out there. Like you was in your 20s. So the faith he had to have at 75. Imagine you being in one place all that time, because he had to get up and leave his kindred, his all everything he knew.
Yep.
All the people, man, he got to at that age, and then go somewhere where you know what I'm saying? Where, hey man, he was a foreigner,
He's a stranger.
and and believe that the Lord was gonna do all of this. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, uh, and the Lord running all of this down to him. But he ran down to him the big picture.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He didn't write it, here, man, he wasn't telling him all the intricates. He just ran down to him the big picture
Yep.
and told him, man, let's go ahead and get up and go. And
Yep.
I'm gonna show you where you gonna go. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Um, so most of us, man, I don't think this will happen, because I know at my age now, telling me to get up and go somewhere, I'm gonna show you where to go. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
just just go ahead and start walking,
Man.
start trekking. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you where you need to be. Hey man, most people be like, wait a minute, hold up now.
Like
I
you
don't
sure?
know.
You know what I'm saying? Give me 2, 3, 4 signs. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right.
Let me,
Is this
you know what
really what you want me to do?
I'm saying? Hey,
'Cause that's what happened with Moses.
you know what I'm saying?
He showing Moses, put your hand in your bosom, and it come out
Yep.
white, and then put it back. He was doing all this,
Yep.
and Moses still was like, they ain't gonna listen.
You
I can't talk. I can't talk. So he had every excuse in the book,
yeah.
but this shows how much faith Abraham had in him. Him even knowing, had to have, that understanding that, look, man, the blanks was going, God was gonna fill in the blanks. He gonna let me know as we go,
Yep.
and,
Yep.
and that's how we gotta operate, man. Sometimes, man, the Lord, he'll show you something plain, and you can see how it's gonna happen, or you can see it coming to fruition. But a lot of times, man, you out here, and you just operating on faith.
Yep.
And
Yep.
when we start losing the faith is when the problems come, because it don't matter if you getting weak. The bottom line is the Lord gonna fill in the blanks when He see fit to fill in the blanks for you.
Yep.
He gonna show you whatever it is you need to know when He feel like you need to know it,
Yep.
and it ain't gonna happen because you losing your cool, or you about to faint, you can't take it, because you in limbo. You dealing with all these unknowns and unknown factors, and you trying to figure them out, with your little brain, and can't figure them out, and
Mm-hmm.
now you frustrated. Hey man, God gonna fill in the blanks
Yep.
when He get ready to fill in the blanks.
Yes, sir.
Uh, and just looking at Abraham being 75, and him coming to him at that time, to us in the flesh, that you would think like, man, he came to him late.
Man.
But you 75. I mean, look, even when you 40, man, you get set in your ways.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And 75, like I said, man, in today's time, 75, man, uh, everybody making sure you got life insurance, because the reality is, man, you're on the downturn. But
Yeah.
this is when this is when the Lord came to him
Yep.
with this information.
Yep.
So from whatever he was doing all before then, hey, it wasn't time for him to know it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
um,
And bro, I
it-
don't mean to cut you off right there, but bro, listen, man, that's like telling a 75, it's time to start your business, bro. It's time
right,
to start your business at 75. Man,
right,
somebody you be looking like, bro, I ain't finna do that. I'm in
right,
retirement stage.
right.
But man, that man had to have huge faith in what the God
Yeah,
was telling him. Because man, somebody come to you at 75 and say, hey, bro, we finna start a business. You be like, bro, I ain't finna start no business. You know what
right.
I'm saying? I'm finna sit over here on the side and chill. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? They could eat this fruit and this cottage cheese. I ain't
right,
finna do nothing. But
right.
again, this is what separated this brother from a whole group of people. Even today,
Yep,
it stands out.
yeah,
Because at
yep,
75 years old, man, to get something like that, man, and knowing that, hey, man, I've been called to do something by the God that made everything that was made, something totally different.
right,
It's something totally different. Like you said, man, even Moses, man, Moses 40 some years old and get this this charge from the Lord to go and do this. He found trying to find every way to get out of it because he was going to do some work. First, man, he was dealing with a difficult people. So I know he
right.
knew it was a task.
Yep,
Then he going into a place where his people is captive. His
right,
people ain't equal. They at the bottom of the barrel. So it's all this stuff that you call to do, man. You gotta have some faith, some trust, some belief,
right,
some just understanding that hey, man, this is what's best. And if I don't know everything, I got to move different, man, because I'm dealing with the God of
right.
the creation. So, man, it's definitely,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Again,
Look, it's okay. It's okay not to have all the answers,
yes, sir, yes, sir.
but we want all the
We
answers.
want all the answers
We always looking. We always gotta have all the answers before we move.
before we move. Yep,
Otherwise, we don't want to do it. We don't want
yep,
to move.
yep,
But it's okay to not have all the answers,
yep,
because if the Lord is if the Lord is directing your path, man, whatever you need to know, He gonna show it to you at the time that
yep.
it
At the
need to
time,
be shown to you.
yep. At the point in time, he gonna show it to
At
you.
the point in time, man, you got to let Him fill in the blanks.
Yep,
Uh, and once we can kind of grasp hold onto that, man, we'll be better to withstand things that's coming,
yep,
because what we dealing with now, um, it's like the book tell you, man, when you see all these things, it's just the beginning of sorrow.
yes, sir.
And if we can't stay, rooted with our faith now, the harder it's gonna get, the more and more, you know, it, your faith gonna be put on, put on blast.
Yep,
It's gonna. So we got to get in that mindset of, look, it's
yep,
okay that I don't know everything that's gonna happen. It's
yep,
okay that I ain't got the answers to every question. I just gotta let God fill in the blanks
yes, sir.
when the time appointed.
Yes,
So
sir.
let's go to Daniel 12
Yeah,
and
yeah, definitely. Yeah, Daniel 12. And this is a perfect example, man. Again, the Lord dealing with uh, uh, one of the prophets.
right,
And this is a serious time. He showed Daniel some heavy things.
right,
And, man, it's always, he got understanding on a whole bunch of answers he was giving understanding on what
right,
people didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, visions and prophecy and dreams, all that stuff was given understanding on. But then it come to a point, man, hey, that was for this reason, this is for another reason.
right. And he got to some things he just didn't understand at
He
all.
just didn't understand it all.
You know,
So, it comes to God gave him what he needed for when he needed it, and the rest of it that you don't need, that is bigger than you. Hey, man, it's
right,
gone. You did what your job was. Gone. Hey, man, just wait for payday to get paid.
right,
So,
Yep.
Definitely. So this Daniel, the 12th chapter, and brother, if you can pick it up at verse 4, and we're gonna skip, brother.
But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the books, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Skip down to verse 8, brother.
And I heard, but I understood not.
Mm-hmm.
Then said I, O my Lord, what shall be the end of these things? And he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end.
Mm-hmm.
Many shall be purified and made white and tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
And this is pretty much simple, man. Daniel asked for understanding. He heard some things that the angel spoke, and he asked, just a simple question.
Right,
And it's in verse 8 says, and I heard, but I understood not.
right,
Then said I, oh my God, what shall be the end of these things? Because you hear some stuff, man, when there's some tough and difficult stuff, you be like, hey man, you want to know.
right,
And again, to me, the question that he even asks is because God had been showing him and telling him a whole bunch of stuff.
right,
And he was like, hey, he was like, Lord, what's gonna be the end of these things?
right,
And the answer was, go thy way.
right,
I'm not gonna fill this blank in for you. Go your
right,
way.
right. Because it ain't even for you.
It
It's for
ain't.
the time of the end.
It's for the time of the end. And he give them to me a partial answer. He says, many shall be purified. When they hear this stuff, or when this time comes, it's a lot of people gonna be purified and
Right,
made white and tried. He said, but the wicked gonna do wickedly.
right,
It ain't gonna change nothing for them. You know what I'm saying?
right,
They're gonna do wickedly. And none of the wicked shall understand. It's so the blank's gonna be filled in. The righteous gonna be purified and tried. The
right,
wicked gonna keep doing wicked, and they ain't gonna understand
right. Because I mean, he was really showing him a vision for beyond him.
beyond him.
You know what
Yep,
I'm saying? He was showing him something not really for him to understand,
stand. Yep,
but for him to have
yeah.
written down for us to
Other,
understand.
for other people to understand. Yes, sir.
So but listen, he said, "Hey man, hey man, go your way."
Go your way.
You know what I'm saying? Because you don't need to know.
Yep,
You know it because hey man, you ain't gonna be around.
yep,
So again, we just showing that this is how the Lord operates.
yep.
Sometimes, man. He you're not gonna have every answer.
Yes, sir.
Everything ain't gonna be presented and laid out to you on a buffet tray,
Yeah,
and so you could just see. Everybody wanna know. Everybody wanna know what's gonna happen.
yeah,
But sometimes, man, it just ain't the way it go.
yep,
The Lord gonna fill in the blanks when it's time for them blanks to be filled in.
yep,
The ones that understand this Daniel, this Daniel, is because it's given. This is the time of the end, and so this is when it's gonna be revealed
yep,
at the time of the end.
yep,
So again, though, he say, man, go your way.
yep.
For the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he did show him this vision, he showed it to him so that it could be passed down from generation to generation. Because
Mm-hmm.
Daniel recorded this, and it's been passed down.
Yep.
So he said, "Look, man, I heard, but I heard what he said to me, but
Yep.
I couldn't understand it.
Yep.
But it wasn't for him.
Yep.
Wasn't for him to understand it. It was it. The blanks is going to be filled
Filled
in
in.
later,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and that's where the prophet. Now
Yep.
he, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, we really got to understand that this is how the Lord operates sometimes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Um, and once we can kind of let go, because that's the hardest thing to do. The
Oh yeah.
hardest thing is to let go and then let God fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Because everybody want to be God. Man throughout history has always wanted to play the role of God.
Yep.
um, because you want to be able to read people's mind. I know what they thinking.
Yep.
You want to be able to know what somebody gonna do next. You always trying to figure out what's gonna happen next. You
Yep.
always want to predict what's gonna happen next. And everybody want to, all these people want to be prophets. Uh, but it ain't given to them.
Yep.
But
Yep.
they don't stop people from still trying to do that.
Yep.
Uh,
And also,
yeah,
too, brother, this is one um, thing that I often think about. People want to have control over all aspects of their life,
right,
and I like this so much because it still lets me know that you not in control.
right,
God is in control, but you
right,
think you're in control
right.
because you can plan for a whole bunch of things. Again,
Yep,
thinking you in control, but God's will or his plan is something totally different for you or for the people around you.
yep,
When you don't have control over all aspects, that's why we don't like the blanks being filled in. That's why we want to know everything. That's why it's like, I want to know now. Tell me now. Don't
right,
don't hold nothing for me.
right.
Because again, when you don't have control over what you think you should have control of, now you're in limbo. Somebody
Yeah,
else got the power. You
right.
see what I'm saying?
Yep,
And in all these aspects, God got the power. Even
right.
if you think you got control, if you know what's going to go on.
Yep. He the one. Hey man, he can make all your plans turn to nothing.
Brother, listen.
You
Come
know,
on, bro. Come on,
like
bro.
like you got it all mapped out.
Come on, bro.
You know, prepped everything. Hey, I'm ready.
You know
And
what I'm
then all
saying?
of a sudden, Lord, like, no, ain't none of this that you prep for. Ain't none of this gonna happen.
Ain't none of it gonna happen, bro.
You what you need to do is go prep for these band-aids.
That's what I'm
I'm about to
saying.
I'm about to put on your forehead. You're gonna need some band-aids because I'm gonna put some lumps on your head.
You know what I'm saying? It's some
You know,
ointment for them scars, man, and them
right.
wounds.
Right, you ready to feel some pain. It's gonna be some setbacks. I don't care what. Look, man, it never fails.
You know what I'm saying?
It never fails, man. It's always another setback.
Yes, sir.
But that's because we got that mentality, like
Yep.
I'm in control,
Yep.
and you really not. It's just that you feel like you are,
Yep.
but ultimately, man, you ain't in control. Anything can happen,
Yep.
uh, and it's totally out of your control.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who knew you was gonna get in a car accident?
That's
You
what I'm
know, we
saying.
done been in car accidents before. You
Yep.
like, man, you ain't see that coming.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's just all of a sudden, this today, boom, you in a car accident.
Yep.
And it wasn't in your control.
Yep.
The other person was driving crazy and they hit you.
Or you was driving crazy
Or you was driving crazy.
and hit somebody.
But hey man, it, it wasn't nothing you could do about it.
Yes, sir.
There was no planning or nothing you could. Hey man, you didn't think you was gonna go get in your car today and get in an accident.
Yes, sir.
Just didn't think. You didn't
Yes,
think you
sir.
was gonna get a flat tire.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All these things, and they pile up on you. You
Yes,
know what
sir.
I'm saying? It's all these little things they pile up on you. They pile up on you, and then because you steadily trying to still try to have that man like man, you can control everything, and you can make bad things not happen. That just ain't so.
Yes, sir.
It's
Yes,
gonna
sir.
happen.
Yep.
Um, with our kids, we try to tell them everything we could tell them,
Yep.
hoping they don't make no mistake.
Yep.
But they gonna make them.
Yep.
They gonna get their heart broke. They gonna get played by somebody.
Yep.
They gonna get used by somebody. You just hope that it's not something that's gonna change. That's gonna be some life altering
Yeah.
things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes, sir.
But you can't be there 24/7. You just can't.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you can do. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But do what you can, and then hey, you got to leave it in the hands of the one who got all power.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Instead of trying to be in control of your life and be in control of everybody else's life, because it's just not. It wears you down.
It's gonna wear you out.
It's gonna wear you out, man. It's gonna wear you down. And then you need to be strong, mentally strong. You ain't got no strength.
You whoop. You
You beat
drain.
up already. You drank.
Yep.
So, um, you know, understand it, man, that you just gotta let the Lord fill in them blanks.
Yes, sir.
That way, it's less stressful for you.
Yep.
It's less weight that you gotta carry. We got enough. We got enough burdens to carry. Just in your everyday life,
Yep.
whether you serve God or not, you got to bear whatever burdens you got going on,
Mm-hmm.
and to make them even worse, it just that's just not the thing to do.
Yep. That's not a
Um,
smart move. Yes, sir.
and that's why man, you be people be depressed.
Yeah, you be
Um,
down and
yeah,
all upset.
yep, trying
Yeah.
because you keep trying to do something that you really can't do.
That's what I'm saying.
To,
To your own hurt.
to your own hurt, you can't control everything, and you not gonna know everything. You not all seeing, you not all knowing. That just ain't. Hey, that's not you.
That's not you. Yeah.
So stop trying to do that, and then maybe then it wouldn't weigh you down so much.
Yeah.
But again, hey man want to be God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Man want to be God, but he don't want to act like God. He don't want to deal with righteousness.
Yeah.
But he want all the power.
You want all the power.
He want all the power, but he don't want to. He don't want to be righteous. He
Yeah.
just want all the power.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, that's what Satan presented to them. You know, hey, I'm shortcut. It's a shortcut right here,
Yep.
man. Don't worry about that. You ain't gonna die, because God know the day that you eat of this tree, you're gonna be like God's knowing good and evil.
Yep.
So he presented something that seemed like, hey, this, like God was, you know, keeping something from them, so to speak.
Yeah.
He enticed the woman with that.
Yep.
So that is what um that's what got the ball rolling.
Yep.
Now you thinking
Towards death. You know
towards
what I'm
that,
saying?
because you
Yep.
thinking you thinking he doing you a favor, but he wasn't.
Yep.
He was
And,
just trying to deceive you, so death can be introduced, to
into the creation.
to into the creation.
Yeah, and bro, again, man, that's a good example. We ain't got that one in here,
Yep.
but a great example. Man, listen, God was gonna fill in the blanks in time.
He was gonna tell them
He
everything
was
they
gonna tell
needed to
them
know
in
in
time,
time.
in his season.
Yep.
That's what he do.
He was gonna
But
fill in the
being
blanks for
he was gonna fill in the blanks for him.
him. Yep.
But being that one thing wasn't filled in about
Yep.
some stuff that they seen, it went totally left.
Yep. Yep.
Looking to get some information before you needed it went
Right.
totally left.
Before you can handle it.
Before they can handle it, it went totally
And
left.
and that's the problem, man. We can't handle things you think you can handle.
Bruh.
Some of
Bruh.
the things you can't.
You can't handle it, bruh.
Some of the things you would have been better off not
Not
even knowing,
not even knowing, bruh.
because of the effect it have on you.
Yes,
But you
sir.
want to know everything. You want to be all knowing. You want to be all seeing. You want to see something? All right, go ahead, keep looking. Like you say, you keep looking for something, you're gonna find it.
Faster.
You're gonna
Yeah.
find it.
Yep.
You know. So hey, count it as a blessing when things ain't shown to you in the raw, or you don't see
Man.
or hear everything. Count it as a
Man.
blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because the book even tell you about that. Don't be trying to hear everything somebody say, because you're gonna hear your servants curse you. You
Ooh-wee.
know what I'm saying? I'm paraphrasing that, but
Yeah, yeah,
uh
yeah.
book tell you that, man. Stop. You don't want to know what everybody's saying about you,
Yeah.
because a lot of it ain't gonna be good.
Yeah.
Probably, you
Yeah.
know, just leave it alone. Let
Yep.
God fill in the blanks. Let
Yep.
the Lord move people in and out of your life. Let Him move situations around and make things happen.
Yes, sir.
In the meantime, we just gotta serve.
Yep.
We gotta fear God, keep His commandments, man, and then let Him show you all those other things down the line.
Yes, sir.
Because once we start to try to force the issue, that's when all the that's when the unnecessary suffering come in and
Yeah.
depression come in and you walking around, man, like like it just ain't no hope
Yeah.
because you beating your own self up, trying to go above your pay grade,
Yes, sir.
you
Yes, sir.
know. But let's go to this John 16, brother. Let's go to
Yes.
John 16,
Yes, sir.
and we'll pick it up at verse 12.
I have yet many things to say unto you, but ye cannot bear them now.
See, I mean, right off the night, come on. He telling them, he telling them straight up. I got a whole lot I want to tell you, but you can't bear it.
Yes, sir.
And this just puts me in the mind of when minister, you trying to minister to somebody, you trying to give them the word of God.
Yeah.
What you do, you you try to pull everything out your brain and throw it at them all in one day.
Yep.
Why you want to do that? You gonna sound like you a psychopath. They gonna be looking at you like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yep.
They gonna try to get away from you.
Yep.
You can't do it. We had it. Everybody got to. You got to be spoon fed,
Yes, sir.
right? Until you can handle or bear more. When you can
Yep.
handle more, hey man, you'll get more. But you got to be spoon fed.
Yes, sir.
Um, you know, and the Lord is telling them, look, I got a whole lot I want to tell you, but you can't bear it now.
Yes, sir.
So if we looking at the master as our example, that should let us know. Stop trying to tell. Stop trying to give people things they probably can't bear
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
just because you want them to know, or just because you want to tell them because you got the information. But if you tell them something that they can't bear, now what's gonna happen?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna destroy them.
Yep.
Uh, we just need to think about that, man. It's not only with uh preaching the word of God, but it's in other situations.
Oh yeah.
Um, uh, I can recall us, when we was going out of town that time,
Man, say
and
that, bro. That's what I was thinking about, bro.
and me and
Hey,
me,
listen, bro.
I ain't gonna call my brother name,
Hey,
just because
listen,
he'll know
bro.
him. But hey,
Ooh.
man, me and the brother got into it. I mean, we weren't arguing, but we were kind of going back and forth debating. And I said, hey, man, listen, you somebody driving on the road,
Yes, sir.
you tell them that their father died or who they loved
Loved
one
one
died,
died. Yes, sir.
just because it's not affecting you that way, and you okay driving, and it's not making you, throwing you off. You don't know how it's going to affect that person,
Yes, sir.
and that's not a good thing to do. Listen, man. If I know you driving, that's why even hospitals, man, they don't tell you over the phone your loved one passed. They tell you to come to the
Come to the
hospital,
hospital. Yes, sir.
but they ain't gonna tell you nothing over the phone. At least they used to didn't do that. But
Yep.
they can't, because they don't want you to have no accident on the way to the hospital
Yep.
because you might not be able to take it. So they got to get you there. That's why jobs like to fight. They
Hey,
like to come to work and fire you at work,
in person.
so they can take your
Your
badge,
ass, your all that property.
swipe card, all that. You can't get back in the building
Yep.
because they know if they call you at home and say, "Hey, man, you fired," you
Yeah.
might
You
be
might
like,
do it.
"Oh, okay,
Okay. Yeah, you might do anything.
yeah." You might fly off the handle because some
Yes,
people
sir.
can't take that. They
Yeah.
can't take rejection. You see what I'm saying? So it's all these lessons to be learned in and what the Lord is telling them here, man. Look, I want to tell you a lot, but you can't bear it right now.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Go ahead, brother. Verse 13.
Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak.
Now,
And
see.
he
Oh, go ahead.
and he will show you things to come.
So now he even telling them, look, it's gonna basically the blank's gonna get filled in for you later.
Yes, sir.
You gonna know as time go on. You gonna know what you need to know. He
Yep.
said, "Spirit of truth gonna do this.
Yep.
He gonna show you things to come. He's gonna do what his job is, which is to reveal them things to you.
Yep.
But at that moment, he couldn't tell.
Yep.
Remember, they couldn't even heal a man at first.
Yes, sir.
They had to go directly to the master and get healed because the man said, "Man, your disciples couldn't do it."
Yep.
It wasn't until later on when they had got the faith or the mind or whatever it was, where they was telling people take up your bed and walk
Yes, sir.
with all confidence that it was gonna happen.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
they had to grow to that.
Yeah. And again, brother, listen, they was around the master for years. I mean, walking with him for years, seeing him do works and him prepping them to even get and receive the ability
Right,
to do this stuff.
right,
So I mean, it's again, man, I can't imagine every day you walking with the creator and you still need time to get to this point to do what
right,
you need to do.
right,
It goes without words, but it's an understanding that knowing that, hey man, listen, bro, you in preschool, you can't do calculus yet. You know what
right,
I'm saying? You
right,
learning numbers and shapes first. Whatever you learning,
right, right. You learn one plus one is two.
that's what I'm saying. You can't even get to that point yet. So it's a
I ain't,
process.
I ain't gonna come with no algebra.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
you in kindergarten, and you come to a kindergarten with algebra. They're
Come
gonna
on,
be
bro.
like, man, I don't ever want to see numbers again in my life.
Yes, yes, sir.
I don't ever want to do math again. I
Yep,
mean, because you ain't gave them the basics. One plus one is two,
that's what I'm saying.
and so that's the mindset. The blanks gonna get filled in later,
Yes, sir.
and that's how the Lord operating. But skip down to verse 25, bro.
Hold on one second, brother. I just flipped the page. Hold on one second. I'll go
No
back to
problem.
it. Give me one second. Okay. Verse 25, brother.
Yes, sir.
These things have I spoken unto you in Proverbs, but the time cometh when I shall no more speak unto you in Proverbs, but I shall show you plainly of the Father.
So I mean, this is just going along with what he had already told them.
Yes,
He
sir.
said, look, he had a lot of things to show them, but they couldn't handle it right at that time. And then he letting them know, man, look, I'm speaking these things in parables to you. He said, but the time gonna come, he ain't gonna talk to them in parables no more. He just gonna plainly show them.
Yep.
Why was he doing it this way? That's because that's the way he wanted to do it. But
Yes. Yes, sir.
still, even with the apostles that was walking around with him, and they was learning directly from him, he
Yep.
he taught them in a certain manner.
Yes, sir.
And for a time that he taught them in parables. And then eventually he would plainly tell them what the parable meant. But he's telling them here, man, look, yeah, the time gonna come. I ain't gonna talk to you in proverbs. I'm just gonna plainly tell you what it is. But
Yes, sir.
for whatever reason, you know, he did it that way. But sometimes you learn something better by not being told plainly, but being told a metaphor
Yep.
or something like that, and then it will help you understand the plain I won't say interpretation, but it'll help you understand what somebody is telling you
Yep.
if they tell it to you, as if they present it to you like a metaphor
Yes, sir.
or
Yes, sir.
present it to you in a way that your mind can comprehend it,
Yep.
and then then you can understand. But
Yep.
that's how the Lord do. But again, hey, at the time appointed, hey, I'm gonna say it to you plainly. The blank's gonna get filled in.
Yep.
But it was still again, that's in his time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not when they just wanted to know,
Yep.
but in the time when he saw that hey, they was ready for it, hey, he was gonna show it to them.
Yes, sir.
So again, God filling in the blanks.
Yep.
Not you trying to fill in the blanks yourself. Not you trying to uh, you know, circumvent how the Lord operate,
Yeah.
but you just going along with it, knowing that hey, eventually it's gonna be shown, it's gonna be revealed. If it's something that he want to show you at all, it may be something that he don't want to show you,
Yep.
and you ain't gonna never know
Yes, sir.
why a certain thing happened or why it went or whatever. You ain't gonna never know.
Yep.
That could be also that could happen also.
Yep.
But at the same time, understanding who filling in the blanks is of the utmost importance because then we can cast our cares upon him like the book tells you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But when you ain't trying to operate like this, you ain't gonna cast your
So
cares
cares
upon
on.
him.
No, sir. No,
Your
sir.
cares is gonna break you down.
Yep. You're gonna try to do it yourself.
You're gonna try to do everything yourself,
Yep.
and then you're gonna be the one that's all
Broke down and
broke
wore out.
down and wore out and miserable
Yep.
because you taking all this upon yourself like you actually in control and you're not.
Yep.
Now, let's go ahead and move on, oh brother. Let's go to
Yeah. Let's hit this First Corinthians, the 13th chapter, and right here, brother. This again. This is to me, man. Just even more clarity about man what's going on, and man, we think we know everything, and we think we can see everything, but man, we just we just pieces in this game.
yep,
And I see it more and more, man. Whether you got a big role or a small role, you playing your role until it's time for you to be, uh, to move on or to retire.
yep,
And it is what it is, man. But
yep,
God, whatever position you play, uh, we want to glorify and magnify the Lord, man, in that time
yep.
that we found worthy. So definitely, man, this is First Corinthians, 13th chapter, and brother, you can pick it up at verse 9, brother. When you get it, go ahead.
For we know in part, and we prophesy in part.
Mm-hmm.
But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away.
Yes, sir. And this, man, this plainly, you know in part and you prophesy in part. But he
Right,
says, but when that is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. It's gonna get filled in.
right.
It's gonna get
Yep,
filled in. I mean, it's
yep,
gonna get filled in.
yep.
Because that it's time for it to be filled in. When it ain't time, hey man, you don't
Right,
know. You just
right,
don't know. Don't worry about
right,
it. Keep serving, and when that time comes, if it's in your time, if it's in your sojourning here on this planet, if you ain't retired yet, man, you get filled
right,
in. If not, man, go and go to sleep.
right.
Go about your business, man, brother. But continue reading, brother.
When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child.
Mm-hmm.
I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Uh-huh.
For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as also I am known.
And again, man, he said we see through a glass darkly.
Mm-hmm.
You just see a little bit. You see through
Right.
it darkly, man. You see a speck on a huge canvas. God lining and painting a picture, man, that you might not see all in your lifetime.
Right.
That a whole bunch of people didn't see. You seen through a glass darkly. But when it's time,
Yep.
you're gonna know all this.
Right.
You're gonna know everything. It's gonna be made crystal clear to you.
Right.
That glass ain't gonna be foggy or dark or tinted no more. It's gonna be crystal clear. But that's not for you to do or run and try to get all this. I know this and this is this and this is this. Let him fill in the blanks. Let him do
Right.
his work. You do your work and be a servant, obedient servant until the time is expired for you, till your time is fulfilled. That's what I like about this scripture in particularly, man. Hey, man, listen, you looking through a glass darkly. You looking through a glass darkly, man. And when it's time for you to know what you need to know, or when God to reveal it to you, you gonna know.
And you know, just to even touch on this verse when you talk about, hey, when I was a child, I thought like a child and all of that. Uh, and you think about, you know, to God, time
It's
ain't no time. I mean, time. He is time. He
he
is
is
beyond all of that.
all it, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So Abraham being 75 to him was a child.
Was a child, man, was young.
You know what I'm saying? To somebody that's eternal,
Come on, dropping a
70
bucket.
to us, 75 is like, man, you got one foot in the grave
You know what I'm
because
saying?
we got a beginning, and we know it's gonna be into this body.
Yes, sir.
So we always dealing with time restraint.
Yes, sir.
But God looking at somebody 75, hey man, he a baby.
Yep.
Just think about when he finally when Moses and Aaron finally went, they was 80 years
Years
old,
old.
and Moses was 80 and
80.
Aaron I think was 83.
That's what I'm saying.
They was 80 years old going up to Pharaoh. But in the eyes of the people, man, they was old.
Man,
In the eyes of God, hey man,
bruh.
it,
That,
it took all of that time. When
bruh.
Moses
He
fled.
was 40.
He was 40 when he fled. He came back. He was 80 years old.
That's what I'm saying,
So
bro.
all that time, listen, man, for just think about 20 years of your life going. All the things that can happen in 20 years, but this man was gone even longer than that.
That. Come on,
Until
bruh.
that Pharaoh that wanted him dead was gone. Till he had died, and then, hey man, he sent him back. But he was
Yeah.
80 years old.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yes,
just
sir.
think about it.
Yes,
Still, to
sir.
God, 80 years old, you a child. To him,
Yeah.
you a
Yes, sir.
baby. You know,
And then, bro, I don't even mean to cut you off from that. I just read the other day he did 40 years of work in the wilderness. He did 40 years. He died at 120, bro. You got
so
to think about that, bro.
right, right. Just understanding. You talking about filling in blanks.
Come on,
There was big blanks.
bro.
Because
Bruh.
from the time he fled Egypt to the time he came back, man, that's a whole lot of time.
That's a whole lot of
He,
time.
he was living his life. He probably was like, man, I ain't gonna never. And I'm speculating. I don't want
Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
to
yeah.
think that I know, but I'm just saying, to be gone for 40 years, he probably figured, hey man, he wasn't gonna never go back.
Yep.
He had he had a life.
Yeah.
He had established a life somewhere else.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, when it was time, when it's time for this, let me show you what you're getting ready to go do.
Yeah.
Now it's time to fill in the blanks.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All this was set up this way,
Yes, sir.
filled in the blanks for him. Even though
Yep.
at first he didn't want no parts of it.
Yeah.
But Look how long that time. That's what I'm saying, man. We be thinking if I don't get no answer in 2 days, I'm finna,
I'm
I'm,
moving. I'm gonna do it on myself.
I'm doing myself.
Yep.
If God don't answer me tomorrow, forget it. I'm just gonna do it my way. But you talking about somebody that had to wait 40 years. You talking about somebody who was 75 years old. Talking about Abraham when he came to him and told him all of this good news.
Come on, bro.
So listen, we gotta understand that time. I how we see time, it ain't not, God don't see time the same way.
Yes, sir.
He
Yes,
don't
sir.
see age like that. The Lord can sustain you as long as He wants.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because
Say that. Yes, sir.
obviously, Moses wasn't 75 rolling around. I mean, he wasn't no 80 years old rolling around in
Yeah.
no wheelchair.
That's what I'm
You
saying,
see what I'm
bro.
saying?
You know what I'm
He had
saying,
he sending him up to Pharaoh. You know, he was standing tall.
bro? Come
Like,
on, bro.
hey man, you gotta, hey man, Lord, hey, we need to go so we can sacrifice to our God. You need to let us go. We need to let,
Listen.
so he had to be, he still had to be, the Lord had sustained him, man, when he was still standing tall. And
A force. Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? So, hey man, that don't matter.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, we so we time restricted in our minds because we know people that have lived and died.
Yes, sir.
People that have died young,
Yes, sir.
people that have died, even babies, people that have died in what we consider old age.
Yes, sir.
But so we see it, we live it every day. We look back, or you look back on your life and you go, man, my goodness, 20
Yes, sir.
years ago, you like, man, it don't even seem like. So you see your time always getting shorter,
Yes, sir.
and it affects you in that way to where we always think, I ain't got no time. You know what I'm saying? I got to have this right now.
Yep.
I got to get the answer right now.
Yep.
But the Lord showing you in the book, man, look, it don't matter. To him, that ain't nothing. That Abraham was 75, that Moses was was 80. Hey
Yep.
man, he showed it to him when it was time to show it to him.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Regardless of the fact.
Yes.
Once he chose them to do a job, it don't matter if they was 99. That's the one the Lord
Yes,
choose.
sir.
He gonna sing you,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
and that's all to it. And
Yep.
he gonna fill in the blanks when the time is right and appropriate for the blanks to be filled in.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
know,
sir.
so hey man, it again. We really gotta see and understand this, that God gonna fill in these blanks.
Yes, sir.
I need to understand this so I can stop tripping
Hey, me too, bruh.
when I ain't getting no answers.
Come
And I
on,
keep
bruh.
asking when I want to know all these whys, you know, like like the head coach of the Chicago Bears, the whys. You gotta know the whys. Look, they don't even work for him. Talking about he gotta know the whys. He don't know none of the whys.
That's what I'm saying, bruh.
He ain't figured out the whys yet.
A week
You
of
know,
planning, man. They
come
figured
on,
out.
man.
Figured it out, huh?
But it
Come
just
on.
go to show you, man, how all of that, it is so it look, man, it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You could plan, and you could
Prep and
plot,
all that.
plan, scheme, prep. You could do all that. Dress rehearsal, don't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because what we are really in control of is very little
Very little.
than what we act, than what we in our mind think we can control.
Yeah.
Control
Listen,
very
bruh.
little.
It's minute.
Control what you can't control what you think, man. You know what I'm saying? You
hey,
can you
hey,
can
say
barely
that.
control you can barely control what you think, man. Stuff
Yes, sir.
stuff going in and out of your
Hey,
mind. You be like,
man.
man, I don't even know where that came from. So
Yes, sir.
con- what we can control, man, is much smaller than what
Yeah.
we actually think we can.
Yep.
And Let God fill in the blank is is really how we can kind of like uh lean on him more.
Yeah, start to let go.
Right, and let go.
Yep.
And let go all these super burdens that you trying to carry around
Yes, sir.
because you think you're gonna change everything. You think you're gonna change everybody. You think you're gonna make everything go the way that you want it to go. And that's just not how life is.
Yes, sir.
Let God fill in the blanks. But we gonna move on, brother.
Yeah,
Uh
definitely, brother. Let's go to this Acts the 10th chapter. And this is one of those uh places, man, that again, man, two people here need blanks filled in.
yep,
Two people. We got Peter, man, who was left in charge after the Lord departed, and we got Cornelius, the Italian, and he needs some blanks filled in, and Peter needs some blanks filled in, and it's
right,
all going to work together for the glory of God.
right,
And this is what I love about uh, 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 this particular passage, man. It's humbling on both sides, and
right.
it let me know that the Lord doing His work all over this place at one time, all over this planet at one time. He doing
Yep,
work, and He
yep,
filling in blanks for a lot of people. And a blank one filled in for one brother, but it's gonna be filled in for another individual by another individual. So super uh, uh, grateful, man, that this scripture, man, was here, man, for we can get understanding. So
yep.
definitely, brother, we're gonna switch it up just a little bit, man. We got it on the uh, in the highlighted passage, but we're gonna change it, man. Let's start at Acts, the first chapter. I mean Acts 10 in the first verse, brother, and then we'll skip.
See, man, see, this is where you always see, you know what? You can't never tell me about changing nothing ever again. I just want y'all to know the brothers always get on me
Hey,
changing
people,
up. But
listeners, forgive the brother.
he want
Listeners,
to change now he want to now he hey, I had to type this in and now he want to change it.
I'm sorry, brother, man.
You know,
Forgive
you
me,
know what I
brother.
did start to do though on the real. I really did start to put I started to put 1 through 3 first, but I'm like, no,
But,
that's how the brother gave it to me.
you,
I'm
you
gonna
know,
leave it just like that because I ain't want to overstep my bounds.
you know what, brother? I actually sent it to you wrong, brother. It was supposed to be 1 through 3 first, brother.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry,
I just,
brother.
hey man, I was just gonna leave it like you got it. I'm like, hey man, maybe the brother, this how he want to present it. I ain't no man reader.
Hey, brother.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
thank you so much, man.
You know.
But
But yeah,
it was
I started verse 1. It's cool.
hey, appreciate you, brother. Hey, that's why I love you,
It,
brother.
it, it ain't no problem, man. It's cool.
Yes, sir,
We
brother.
started Acts 10 and 1. You know.
Yes, sir, brother. When
Yes,
you get
sir.
it, go ahead, brother.
There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band,
Mm-hmm.
a devout man, and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people, and prayed to God always. He saw in a vision, evidently about the ninth hour of the day, an angel of God coming in to him and saying unto him, Cornelius.
So again, this is Cornelius, an Italian, a soldier, and he was righteous and
Right,
did according to what the Lord wanted his servants to do. And the Lord sent him an angel to tell him some things. And
right,
he called him by name Cornelius, and he told him some things, but we're going to skip
right.
to the apostle,
The meat of it.
the meat of it. We're going to
Yeah,
skip to down here to again. At the same time, Cornelius is hearing his vision. On the other side, Peter, who was left in charge, having a vision. And it's gonna get filled in later. So, brother, if you can skip down
yeah.
to verse 11, and we're gonna continue this.
So yeah, just to put it a little bit more in context. that angel actually told Cornelius to go seek after Peter.
Yes, sir.
The angel didn't give him no information.
Frankson. Nope.
I mean, the only information he gave him was you go look for Peter
Yep.
because that's the one that was going to fill in the
The
blanks for him.
blanks for him. Yep.
For him, he sent him to Peter.
Yep.
So again, the Lord got all of this set up, and
Yep.
he shows you this over and over again.
Yep.
It's so many things in the book. The Lord is showing you, look, this is how he operates.
Yep.
So he said, you go look for one, for Peter,
For one Peter. Yep.
and he gonna tell you what you do.
Yep.
So but
Yep.
verse 11.
Verse 11.
So now this is Peter with this vision, because like you said, at the same time, he done told Cornelius what to do. Now he's got to fill in the blanks for Peter,
Yes, sir.
because what's getting ready to happen, you know, Peter is not going to understand it
Yes, sir.
unless he showed him this vision
Reason.
first,
Yes, sir.
and him understand. Once he meets up with Cornelius, then he gonna understand
Understand.
what the vision meant.
Yep.
But again, like we were saying earlier, that vision was somewhat of a metaphor to get him to see that Cornelius, what it was talking about was, hey man, you preach this gospel to everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
know what I'm saying? Righteousness, man, ain't got nothing to do with nationality
Now or gender. Yes, sir.
or gender. It's righteousness is
Right.
righteousness in the eyes of God.
Yes, sir.
So verse 11 though,
Go ahead, brother.
and saw heaven and saw heaven open, and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners, and let down to the earth,
Mm-hmm.
wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat. But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
Mm-hmm.
And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God hath cleansed, that call not thou common.
Uh-huh.
This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven. Now when Peter doubted in himself what this vision which he had seen should mean, behold, the men which were sent from Cornelius had made inquiry for Simon's house, and stood before the gate.
So again, Cornelius needs some blanks to be filled in, and Peter needed some blanks to be filled in.
Yep. And
Eh, eh,
it's obvious. It's obvious. He knew this wasn't talking about it's okay for me to go eat some baby back rib tips. Because it happened 3 times. So it letting you know he had to do that 3 times.
3 times. Yes,
Because he
sir.
was like, nah, I don't know what this. So he knew it was something else, because he said, man, I ain't never ate nothing. You know, he said, not so, Lord. I ain't never ate
That's
nothing
what I'm
common or
saying.
unclean. So he was
Yep.
like, no,
Nah,
you know,
like this, you
uh-uh.
know what I'm saying?
You
And,
know,
and I didn't put that 10th verse in there because Peter was hungry.
right.
And that's
Yeah,
so it
yeah.
kind of he thinking
Yeah,
hunger and he
yep,
seen his vision, so you thinking it's all around the same thing. But it's
yep,
Peter like, nah, he he opposed what the vision was talking about, killing and eating. It wasn't. He's like, nah, it ain't about nah, because I
right,
know I ain't supposed to eat all this stuff.
right.
So
So,
it was something totally bigger than that.
right, right. And he's, again, he's showing him one thing, almost again like a metaphor, or like how he was talking to them, uh,
With
in
parables,
proverbs
proverbs. Yep,
and
yep.
parables, to kind of get them to understand what he was saying
Yes, sir.
plainly.
Yes, sir.
But this is one of them same things, except for this was a visual effect,
Yes,
where
sir.
he looking at these beasts, and then he telling them to kill. But it happened 3 times, and the man knew it couldn't have been talking about just eating. eating unclean animals.
Yeah, yeah,
Which, if you really read this and you really want to accept it for what it's saying, this don't have nothing to do with food, but people are all about the flesh.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And people are always looking for a reason to do opposite
Yes, sir.
of what the Lord say do.
Oh, yes, sir.
Even people that got understanding,
Yes, sir.
always trying to pull a scripture out the air just so they can go off and do what they want to do.
Yes, sir.
And this is again, this is gonna be to your own hurt.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be to your own hurt. But again, the blanks got to be filled in
Yes, sir.
because if this didn't happen at first, Peter probably would have sent them dudes away. Like, hey man, I don't know what you over here for,
Yeah, bruh.
but you
Hey,
gotta go.
yeah, y'all. I ain't coming out there. I'm saying
So it had to happen this way,
it.
so it'd click in his mind immediately. Oh,
Yep.
that's what this means.
Yep.
Uh,
Definitely.
I'm gonna skip
So,
down to verse 30.
so, it, so Peter go with the men, and now he's made it to Cornelius' house. Verse 30, brother. Go ahead and read.
And Cornelius said, 4 days ago I was fasting until this hour. And at the ninth hour I prayed in my house, and behold, a man stood before me in bright clothing, and said, Cornelius, thy prayer is heard, and thy alms are had in remembrance in the sight of God. Send therefore to Joppa, and call hither Simon, whose surname is Peter. He is lodged in the house of one Simon a tanner by the seaside,
Mm-hmm.
who, when he cometh, shall
Yes,
speak
sir.
unto thee.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately therefore I sent to thee, and thou hast well done that thou art come. Now therefore are we all here present before God to hear all things that I commanded thee of God.
Mm-hmm.
Then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive that God is no respecter of persons, but in every nation he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted with him.
And that's the whole key. Cornelius needed some blanks filled in.
Right.
God sent them Peter. Okay. This is what we gotta kind of understand. Blanks was filled in for Cornelius by Peter, and God filled in blanks for Peter through that vision.
And then just understand this is after Christ done died, rose again the
Yes,
third
sir.
day.
Yes, sir.
All this is after the fact. This is after all of that. When he finally showed Peter that, hey, this just ain't about no
Yes,
no
sir.
one nation
Yes, sir.
being saved. This is
It's
about
about yes, sir.
all who gonna come unto righteousness
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
through Christ Jesus
Yes, sir.
can get salvation,
Yeah,
no matter what nation they in.
and that's what's to me, the words that Peter even spoke. He said in verse 34, as Peter said, then Peter opened his mouth and said, of a truth I perceive that God is no respecter of persons,
Right.
but in every nation he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted of him. He had that blank filled in.
Yep.
He had that filled in
At
because
that time.
at that time
At
it
that
wasn't even,
time, it was filled in
it was filled in. It was
because that
it
it was time. It was just time for that to be to that was it was time for the ball to
to
get the
start.
ball rolling
Yes, sir.
on taking this gospel all over the world.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? It
Yes,
was
sir.
time.
Yes, sir.
So go ahead, brother. I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off,
no,
bro.
but to me, that was the main goal of this, man. Hey, Cornelius got his blanks filled in by being righteous by Peter. Peter didn't understand some stuff, and the Lord filled in his blank. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So this whole thing was filled in by Peter, took care of what he needed for Cornelius. God sent him to do that. And then, hey, God filled in the blanks for Peter, man, because again, man, he didn't know and understand.
Right. He even told him, man, it is an unlawful
Unlawful
thing
thing.
for a man that is a Jew to come in or keep company with somebody from another nation.
Come on, man.
He told him that, you know.
That's what I'm saying. So all
So
these blanks was filled in.
so it had you see what I'm saying? But
Yes, sir.
the Lord didn't throw that all on them all at once.
Yeah. Yeah.
He when the time was right, when their minds was in the right place,
Yep.
then the Lord say, hey, this is what I need you to go do.
Yep.
Go look for Peter. Then he showed Peter this vision, and then Peter understood. And that's the thing. It clicked. It
Mm-hmm.
clicked. When he seen him coming, it clicked.
Yep.
Because he knew then that that's what this is
This was up.
about.
Yes, sir.
This is about, hey, I can't call no man. If God cleansed him, if he's accepted by the true and living God, who am I to say that a man ain't worthy,
Mm-hmm.
or he unclean?
Yep.
Because no matter what nationality you are, if the God of Israel accepts you, then you accept it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No matter what no other man say,
Yes,
no
sir.
matter what no man say, it don't matter.
Yes, sir.
All the only thing that matters is that the true and living God accepts you.
Yes, sir.
And that's what he realized. And that was something he didn't know before that.
Yep.
That was something that even when you read the Gospels, he even told him, man, go to the lost tribes of Israel
Yep.
when he sent them out.
Yep.
But when the time came, then he let Peter know, yeah, this is for everybody. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
I got other sheep. You know what
I
I'm
got
saying?
other, yeah, I got other sheep out here.
Uh,
So hey, at the time appointed, man, it was just time for it to happen.
yes, sir. And again, man, it's a lot of things that I think that's especially in this story, man, that's so key. You know, when we look at it in that verse, in that 35th verse, he said, man, he that feared him and worketh righteousness.
Right,
We got to see, man, that's what God looking at. You fearing them and you working righteousness,
right,
and you gonna get accepted.
right,
He gonna fill in the blanks, man, no matter what. He said, in every nation.
right,
It's somebody, man, that fear him and working righteousness in every nation.
right.
That's
Absolutely.
we dealing with the God of the whole earth,
Right,
the God of all people. He
right,
said, he that feareth him and worketh righteousness is accepted of him.
right,
This stuff that's huge. That's huge. And,
right,
and again, man, like I say, man, the Lord filled in the blank for Peter, man, through a vision about some food when he was hungry, about something that was way bigger than eating,
right.
way bigger than eating.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And Cornelius in there giving alms and helping and doing
Right,
whatever work he was doing, then got some way bigger than just, oh man, I'm helping some people.
right.
He said his whole, and I don't mean to keep going back on this because I know we got a couple other places to hit. He said, man, in verse uh, 33 it says, in the middle of 33 it says, now therefore we are all here present before God to hear all things that are commanded thee of God. His whole family there, all his friends, he called everybody. We want to hear what God got to say. Because again, hey man, you see a man standing in your house in bright apparel, bro. I know you sick or scared or whatever, because you're
Right,
doing a few works. This
right,
is this is something, man, that I think, man, got attention on both sides. Hey, Peter seen that vision, Cornelius seen that angel. All this kind of dramatics led up to something bigger, man. We talking about man salvation, and we talking about man righteousness. So it's something totally different, man. But again, the blanks was filled in on Cornelius' side and on Peter's side.
yes, sir. Yep. And we only got one more place though. We got
Okay.
one more place. We're gonna go to First Corinthians 3. And you know, we're just gonna throw a little wrinkle in here, because sometimes people think the blanks is filled in and they ain't. You know,
Yes, 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 sir, bro.
you know. Hey man, come on, let's just be real.
Yes, sir.
Let's be real, man. Whole lot of people think they got knowledge, but they don't know nothing.
Yes, sir.
And when you think you smart, that's when you are super slow.
Yeah,
You know, I'm gonna be nice. You know, I ain't gonna be abrasive. But when you think that you smart, you think you got all the answers, that's when you don't know nothing
yes, sir.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
And this is something that we gotta really cling on to.
yep.
Um, because hey man, knowledge puffeth up.
Yes, sir.
That's what the book tell you, man. Knowledge puffeth up, man, and
Yes,
it
sir.
does.
Yes, sir.
Especially if you're a person that can't handle knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Think about people that can't handle knowledge.
Yes, sir.
They go to their head.
Mm-hmm.
They become worse off than when they didn't know anything
Yeah,
because they
yeah,
couldn't bear,
yeah,
they can't bear or handle the knowledge that they have.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
You know what, brother? In certain situations, it's good to be ignorant
right,
because you get certain knowledge, man. Like you said, knowledge puff of up. You get certain knowledge, man. You walking around,
uh,
man, like your boo boo don't stink.
right,
So in certain situations, man, I actually, again, man, that your uh, ignorance or your not knowing will do you better.
right.
Will do you better, bro. Because you get some knowledge of certain things and you get some
Yep,
answers filled in. You walking around cocky like you somebody.
yep, yep. That's what happened. You know, that's what happened when you get your that's what happened when you get your stimulus check. You go to the store. You know, man. Hey, come here. Hey, yeah, you come here. All of a sudden, you all pompous. You know, you can't just go ask for a ribeye. You know, you gonna verbally abuse the person because now you know you done got the money in your hand. You know, I want 10 ribeyes. You know, so that and that's what happened, man. All of a sudden, man, your mind go to a different place
Yep.
because you ain't able to handle what you can't bear what you just came in, you know, what the knowledge you just got or the substance that you just, you just got.
Yeah.
And now it starts to affect
Yep.
you, and this is kind of what happened here. These people, Paul gonna tell them, hey, they need to have the blanks filled in so many words. Because, hey man, because they mind is totally in the wrong place.
Yep.
First Corinthians 3, we're gonna pick it up at verse 1, bro. Go ahead.
And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Christ.
See, and man, I love Paul, man, because he be letting you have it.
Man.
He let people have it right off the bat. He say, look, I can't even speak to you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal. In other words, I got to talk to you in a different way
Man.
because you ain't gonna even understand.
Yep.
If I, you know what I'm saying? Basically, if I tell you something spiritual, you ain't gonna get it.
Yep.
I gotta bring it to you as a, in a carnal way because that's all you can see.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hitherto ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are you able.
He say, look, I done fed you with this milk And I ain't give you no meat because you couldn't bear it and you still can't bear it.
Man.
He telling them, you still can't bear it. You can't handle it. Right? What the Lord tell the apostles, I got a lot I want to tell you,
Yes, sir.
but you can't bear it right now.
Yep.
And Paul knew by the way they was acting, like, man, you gotta keep getting fed milk because you can't bear no meat.
Yep.
You can't bear it, man. It's you gonna overload.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like he told them Hebrews. He told them Jews, you know what I'm saying? The time when you should be a teacher, you need to go back and relearn the first principles.
Yep.
What would be the first principles of God? Because, hey man, you done got way off to the left,
Yep.
and that's what's happening here with these Corinthians, man. They done. Hey, look, they done got off to the left. But go ahead, bro. Verse 3.
For ye are yet carnal. For whereas there is among you envying and strifes and divisions, are ye not carnal and walk as men?
Because all of that is the product of the carnal mind.
Yes, sir.
And we don't like to hear this. But if it's strife, if it's envying, and it's divisions amongst the body of Christ,
Yes, sir.
then this is a result of us walking as men and being carnal.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the carnal mind.
Yes, sir.
The carnal mind don't want no unity
Yes,
amongst
sir.
the body. The
Yes,
carnal
sir.
mind, somebody always got to feel like they got to be the biggest and the baddest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you see it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When you see envying, if
Yes, sir.
this is your brother or your sister in Christ, why you upset? Why you envying them? Why? You should be happy for them.
Yes, sir.
You should be rejoicing when your brother or sister have some success.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But instead, we get jealous.
Yes, sir.
Now you envy.
Mm-hmm.
Where's all the strife coming from?
Mm-hmm.
But you know why?
Because you carnal.
You carnal.
Yep.
And when we engage in that, man, we carnal.
Yes, sir.
No matter what you know,
Yes, sir.
you carnal.
Yep.
Go ahead. Go read verse 4.
For whiles one saith, I am of Paul, and another I am of Apollos. Are ye not carnal?
Look, he just straight up told him, man. One of them talking about I am of Paul and I am of Apollos. He say, man, are you not carnal? What you talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What you talking about? Paul and Apollos ain't got no kingdom to put you in.
Yes, sir.
And whoever else name you want to substitute for Paul and Apollos
Yes.
ain't
Yes, sir.
got no kingdom
Yes,
to
sir.
put you in.
No lake of fire either.
No lake of fire to put you in.
Yes, sir.
You can't ride Paul and Apollos' coattail into the kingdom.
Yes, sir.
You
Yes, sir.
can't ride nobody else, no other teacher,
Yes, sir.
coattail into the kingdom.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be on you.
Mm-hmm.
So again, the blanks couldn't be filled in.
Yep.
Like you said, I can't even talk to you as spiritual because you carnal.
Yep.
He said, I done fed you with milk and not meat because you couldn't bear it and you still can't bear it.
Yes,
So
sir.
he talking to people, man, that's supposed to know better.
Yes, sir.
He ain't talking to no rookies.
Nope. No novice.
He ain't talking to no 1+1 is 2.
No. He talking to
He, he
some
talking to people that
physics.
he talking to people that's supposed to know some calculus already.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And they talking about 1+1 is 4. He's like, man, you can't handle it. He said, cause you carnal, you walking as men.
Yep.
Because they ain't getting it. They not getting it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey man, this ain't about This ain't about no division, no envy, no strife.
Yeah.
Who your teacher is, that ain't what this about.
Yeah.
But they couldn't see past that, and we can't see past it today.
Yes, sir.
A
Yes, sir.
whole lot of us can't see
Yes, sir.
past that and understand that, hey, man, it's in the book for a reason.
Yeah.
You can get mad if you want to.
Yes, sir.
It's in the book for a reason
Yes, sir. Say that.
because it shouldn't be.
Yep.
He's warning them. He's letting them know, man, you can't.
Yep.
So again, the blanks ain't being filled in. They've been filled in with the wrong things.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Every man is so concerned with how they look. They they caught up in, you know, their reputation and you know, who taught you and where you learn from. But at the end of the day, man, it's divisions.
Yep. Yes, sir.
It's envy and it's strife going on.
Yes,
And
sir.
this is where he's telling them that it shouldn't, yeah, man, y'all carnal, point blank. And as long as you carnal, God can't take you, he can't show you more
Yep. Yep.
because it ain't gonna do you no good.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's
sir.
only gonna make it's only gonna make it
Magnify.
worse for you.
Yep. He gonna magnify the strife and the debate and all that. It's gonna magnify. It's gonna make it
Because you ain't
worse.
glorifying God that you gotta understand.
Yes, sir.
You glorifying men or you want men to glorify you
Magnify you.
because you got a little knowledge, but you
Yes,
ain't
sir.
glorifying God and you ain't taking that knowledge and really trying to help your brother and sister be better servants and get
And
salvation.
salvation. Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
using it as a means to get glory.
Yep.
And when it's like that,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you need the blanks filled in.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Other
Yeah.
than that, you gonna remain carnal.
Yep.
Keep
Yes,
keep drinking keep drinking the milk
sir. Yeah.
because that's what you need,
Yeah.
and that's for any of us.
All of us.
If I get puffed up, hey man, go on back and get you some Similac
That's it.
because you need to humble yourself, man. You
Yes,
got to
sir.
be brought down low
Yep.
so that maybe you could kind of recover yourself,
Yes, sir.
out of that way of thinking.
Yep.
But that's what you need, man. Uh you need to come back down and go back to that milk when we getting puffed up, when we getting carnal. Um, I know people don't want to hear that, but at the end of the day, that's what's gonna
Yeah.
give you that good foundation.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just what we need to hear.
This is what we need. We need that milk, man, for that good foundation.
Yes, sir.
Then you can handle other things.
Yeah.
Then the Lord can fill in some more blanks for you. But if we struggling with the milk, or we are rejecting the milk, then you can't go on to nothing. You can't go to no, for a lack of a better phrase, you can't go to no higher plane.
Yeah.
You can't go nowhere else, man. You can't even take milk.
Yeah.
All you're gonna do is get. All you're gonna do is get you gonna get mixed up in the spin cycle
Yeah.
with all these doctrines, all these doctrines.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. All these different doctrines because everybody want to skip over the milk and go straight to the meat.
Yeah.
And most of the most of the most of uh these all these different doctrines out here is because men are so puffed up in their own mind that everybody got to try to figure out and try to show you that they know more than anybody in the history of man.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, man, it's about letting God fill in the blanks. And that's how you gotta operate, man. You let God fill in the blanks for you. And in the meantime, we gotta try to practice humility, brotherly love, um, and fear God and keep His commandments.
Yes, sir.
So, with that, I want to thank the listeners for joining us here on the Biblical Resolutions podcast, which is brought to you by the House of Jacob Bible Study Class, located at 2515 East 75th Street in Chicago, Illinois. As always, we bid you peace in the mighty name of Jesus.